We are having issues with the GG EVO 8. Let me explain what's going on with the GG EVO 8. Short story short, I was driving the GG. I noticed that the temp gauge went a little bit above halfway, and I was like, whoa, this is kind of crazy. And then I got home. The car was super cool to the touch. I put the key in the ignition, and the temperature was all the way high, even with the engine cold. So the first thing I did obviously was replace this temp sensor, because I was like, that's totally the temp sensor. You know, it completely makes sense. The temp sensor went bad. I replaced the temp sensor and nothing changed. It is still giving me issues with the temperature. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I kind of put it on the story. I'm not sure if I'll be able to put those clips here, but my EVO scan temperature, I put it on EVO scan and it was 215, which usually for my car, and what people answered on Instagram was that these cars should be from 180 to 190 sitting still. So it is a little bit high, but it's not all the way high. So either something's wrong with the cluster, or what I'm thinking, it could be a bad thermostat that's going bad. There's so many things that it could be it. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to replace the thermostat. I'm going to walk you guys over how to change your thermostat. And then final, well, not worst comes to worst. Another thing that it could be is that, remember, we did do a Gates water pump. Maybe the Gates water pump is trash and it's not good. Again, but a lot of you guys recommended me this Gates water pump, so I don't think it would be that. And then worst comes to worst, and I doubt it, worst comes to worst, maybe head gasket failure, like beginning head gasket failure, but I doubt it. This is like, I very much doubt it. There's no smoke coming from the exhaust. Everything's running good. When I'm driving the car, everything's good. So I am hoping that it's just maybe a bad thermostat. I'm going to swap it over to a Mishimoto thermostat just to have peace of mind with the thermostat. If it's not that, then I don't know what else it could be. We already bled the system twice, so it's not how I'm bleeding the car. You guys know that I removed this radiator like 20 million times, and I've always bled this car, and I've never had an issue with bleeding. But again, I don't know. Let's see. We also have the ECU sensor here, but that ECU sensor is reading correctly. Like I said, it was reading 215, which is still hot. So I know for sure something's going on, because there's no way both sensors go bad at the same time. I'm gonna check this wiring here. Maybe there's something wrong with the wiring, and it could also be the cluster as well. Remember, we did remove that cluster for that little light bulb. It could be that. I'm gonna check over that last, but first let's go ahead and change this thermostat. So to remove your thermostat is super simple. There's just 3 bolts, 1, 2, and 3. But before we do that, drain a little bit of coolant so it's below the actual thermostat. That way when you remove it, you're not like spilling coolant everywhere or anything like that. And then we'll put the drain plug back on, and then once we change the thermostat and everything, we'll put fluid again. And yes, we have to bleed the system again, unfortunately. While I wait for the new thermostat to come in from Amazon, let's go ahead and restore this thermostat neck because it needs it. Finally, after so long, our Mishimoto thermostat arrived through Amazon. Got it in like 2 days, which again, love Amazon for that. Let me go ahead and remove this. So the reason why I went with a Mishimoto one instead of OEM one, Mishimoto, the thermostat opens up a little bit earlier, meaning that it opens up at a lower temperature. So it could help with cooling in the engine. Just want to make sure that these are both sort of the same.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Well, as I was unboxing the Mishimoto thermostat, I realized that right away as soon as I opened it, it didn't look like the image, and obviously as you guys could tell, the sizing is not correct whatsoever. I'm not sure if this is the correct thermostat, but when I looked at the box, it has the correct part number, but there's a label behind it, and I removed it. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see it, and there's a label behind it with another part number. So I am assuming this box got labeled as this part number and it was the wrong one. So I'm sort of in a pickle. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to slap the thermostat housing back on without a thermostat for now, because I am not going to wait another, 2 days to get a new part without the car running. So yeah, very unfortunate. I don't know again if this is the wrong one or the right one. I'm gonna just go ahead and return this one, order another one, and if I get the same one, then this is obviously the correct one. But I don't think it would be this small. Like, look at the gap. Look at the gap it leaves on the thermostat housing itself. Like, look at how, like, all the gap that's around it. It could probably still work. Maybe this is again the correct one, but I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna swap this on and then I just have a leaking thermostat housing and all of that. Might as well just put it without a thermostat itself, run it, see if it helps with the cooling, and then we'll figure it out. So I just checked on Google, and yes, I did get sent the wrong one. I look at images and it is completely wrong. So this is very unfortunate, obviously. I'm gonna go ahead and install this thermostat neck without a thermostat. I'm gonna use some thermostat gasket maker to put on the surface to make sure it doesn't leak, and go ahead and turn the car on like this. I am so upset that I got the wrong part, because I really wanted to get down, I really wanted to get this over with and figure out what the issue was. But let's go ahead and put this thermostat neck. It is now the next day, and huge shout out to Sergio. If you're watching this, man, came in so clutch. OE thermostat in one day, overnight basically. It was yesterday what you guys just saw. It is now like 12 hours after I posted this on Instagram that I got the wrong thermostat, and a local person to me actually was able to get me a OE thermostat. Again, Sergio, thank you so much, bro. Like, I mean it. Lifesaver. I tested this one out, complete garbage. So let's go ahead and replace this. All we're going to do is remove what we did already, which was put the RTV and just bolt it back on. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this, put the new thermostat in. It's just literally put it on. Put a little bit of RTV, not that you have to, because this does have like this gasket here, which shouldn't leak. The other one didn't have it, but I'm still gonna put a little bit of RTV around, put it back on, let it dry for an hour, and fill it up with coolant, bleed it, and we're good to go. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Car is all set to go. Fluids are in. Let's go ahead and start it. Hopefully we don't have any overheating issues. I'll go ahead and connect EVO scan as well and make sure that our temperatures are the way it should be. If it's not this, then we will keep searching for what it is, but let's see. So far so good. Temperature is still below. I have EVO scan connected with my Tactrix 2.0, and this is what I'm looking at right here is coolant temp. Right now we are at 168.8. So I'm gonna wait till it gets to 185, 190. It should stay there. The thermostat still hasn't opened, so I'm bleeding it with my heater on. just basically bleeding the coolant at this point. But I'm gonna wait until this temperature reaches, at least it should reach 180 to 190 the max. If it passes 190, something else is wrong. I'm starting to think something's wrong with the gauge itself. Like, look at how it keeps going down and up by itself. You guys will see it right now. Like, it was going down and up by itself. So I am not sure if it could be the gauge then, like the actual cluster itself. Something's wrong with it. Let me see if it does it again. There it is, doing it again, going up, then going down. It's the weirdest thing ever. I'm starting to think that it's actually the cluster and not the temp gauge, because my temperatures on EVO scan, we are exactly 185, which is perfectly fine. 180 to 190 is usually where I'm at, so maybe my gauge is just going crazy. I'm not sure. You see how it's going down? I don't know if you guys can realize it. Like, it goes down, up, like it's just like glitchy. This thing is going completely crazy. So officially this cluster, or whatever the case might be, is messed up. Even when I turn on the lights, it doesn't want to turn on. So I'm almost sure it's something that I either did wrong or messed up in the cluster. I never installed that third bulb because I never got it, so I'm waiting for it to come through the mail. As soon as I get it, I'll put that third bulb. Maybe that third bulb works as a ground or something for this cluster right here. Maybe that's going crazy because of that ground. Imagine it's that and I'm over here going crazy. But I will have to say that my temperatures are at 199, so they're a lot lower than it was before. So even though the thermostat might have not been the issue, the new thermostat is holding lower temperatures. So this is with the AC off. With the AC on and the heater blowing, it was always at 180 to 190, which is the correct temperatures. As soon as I turned it off, it went to that 199, 195. So I'm going to completely bleed the system. I'm gonna let it sit here for another 10 minutes. It's already been like 30 minutes. After 45 minutes, I usually turn it off and then I'll take it for a drive and see what happens. But I think we are good to go. I know at least now that the car's not overheating. Now it's just a matter of fixing that cluster issue and we should be good to go. Wow, so where do I even start with this? Remember that bulb that I took out like 2 episodes ago? Well, yeah, I think we found our main issue. Take a look at this. It literally caught a little bit of fire, and that is so scary to think. All I did was remove, let me see if I can show you guys. Wow, that is like stuck in there. I don't even think I'm gonna have to get a new cluster. Yeah, that's like baked on in there. Wow. So I need to search for a new cluster, I think. I removed this bulb. It's not like an actual bulb, so let me show you guys exactly what it is. It's like a little terminal piece. This is what a new bulb looks like. Actually, I could just remove one for you guys from this side. It's like this, so it's not an actual bulb. It's like a whole piece. And what I ended up doing was removing this bulb, and I just cracked it open and I put it back in there until I got my new bulb. And I am assuming that by me putting it in there and me cracking this bulb or whatever, it caused a fire in there. You live and you learn. So that's our issue right here. I'm assuming this thing that burned here is some of these probably, I don't know what to call it. I know there's like a board circuit. Some of these connect to the temperature one, and yeah, I just can't even believe this happened. Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. No words or explanation. I'm gonna see if I could sort of salvage this, and if I can, I'll put it in the video. If I cannot, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there. I'm gonna need probably a new cluster or a new board circuit. I think they do sell these separate, but I'll figure it out. Like I said, this is super unfortunate because it's such a dumb little mistake. Like, I literally just put one of these back on and I didn't think much of it. But now we are in decrep. So yeah, let me figure it out. And if anything, if I have to put anything in the video, I will put it. If I don't, then I'm just probably gonna get a new cluster. But anyways, yeah, just felt like recording this and putting it in the video, obviously. Something I've learned as I've gotten older, I'm 27 now. I just turned 27 actually yesterday. Today is July 29. My birthday's on July 28. Something I've learned with age is perspective. And yes, I could be upset about the whole cluster situation. I don't think I'll be able to salvage that board circuit because it's completely fried at this point. I could probably salvage it, but it's caught on fire. And you know, the first thing I think about is like, I'm upset that obviously that was on me. I don't know again how that happened in regards to the bulb and that catching on fire, but the thing, and when I say perspective, the thing I am is right now is grateful. Like, imagine that catches on fire and my interior starts smoking, and let's say I'm driving the car. Somehow, you get what I'm like, I don't know if you guys get where I'm going, but the car literally could have caught on fire. Like, the whole car could have caught fire, and I would have lost this whole entire EVO right here on a blink of an eye for a little bulb. And I wish I had it here. Again, that was like 2 episodes or 3 episodes back where I removed the cluster because one of the light bulbs wasn't working and I had to order it. So I put it back on thinking that thinking nothing of it, and come to realize that like I should have maybe not put it back. Or again, it's weird. It could have happened to any of us, but perspective, somebody always has it worse than us. And I'm just so grateful that the car didn't catch on fire or anything like that. That would have been, to me, you guys know what these cars mean to me. And it's just crazy to me that like a little mistake like that could cause a fire in a car, and electrical in particular is very, very important. So always try to make sure that you guys check over everything. In my case, again, I don't know what I could have done there. Like, I just literally put it back. I don't know what caused the fire in particular, but I'll look into it to see exactly what caused that fire. But anyways, super grateful, super happy, honestly, even though this is probably gonna cost me a new cluster, which if any of you guys have a board for a cluster or a non-working cluster that you guys have that board circuit, or you guys have a cluster overall, hit my line, put it in the comments, hit me on my DMs. If you guys have Instagram, please, I need a new cluster, or I just need the board, like the green board. I'm pretty sure maybe they sell it because I know for my Mitsubishi Technica, I was able to find one before. Again, whatever. If you guys have a cluster, let me know. Like always, keep grinding, stay safe, stay positive, be grateful. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.